guys, Beanie here, and today we're going to be talking about picking different colors for your Minecraft skin and how to make them stand out and how to pick like really good colors for your skin, and I'm going to be giving you a couple tips on how to do that. So right now I've just picked a bunch of basic colors, kind of going in rainbow order. They all have the same value and they're all right here from the middle of this square. And I'm gonna be trying to do like a pretty a pretty simplified version of like the ways to pick colors and whatever, because like actually I myself, I don't know all the correct terms or whatever, because I have learned this all by myself. I don't really like look up how to do it. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so I picked a bunch of colors and all using from this right here. So each and every single one of these colors I would never use. I never ever use colors on this left side of the square here. They are all extremely vibrant. If you have a vibrant skin shading style, and it's very, very saturated on this side. This side of colors is very saturated. Then, of course, yes, use it on this side. But my style, what I use usually is colors that are less saturated and less, bright. So, this color here, let's say red. Let's pick the red color. So right here you can see it's right in the middle. And if you would keep going this way, it would just basically take down, the color saturation. So this way, it takes down the saturation until it's all the way to gray. So everything on this line over here is just black to gray. Right? That's just it. And then this side, it's with color. So, so in the middle is where we will be picking all of our colors from. So, a red color like this is, what you would start off with. And what I would do with this, for a normal basic red, I'd probably move down the saturation, and I might make it a little bit darker, because, red is, I don't know, it seems like kind of a darker warm color to me. So something like that obviously is a lot different, and I would definitely pick a color like that for red. Now with orange is completely different from red. With orange, if you take down the saturation, it ends up looking like beige, like light brown. If you move it up in brightness, it ends up looking more peach or skin tone. And if you move it down, it ends up looking more darker like wood. So, what I do with orange usually is, I usually do keep it pretty over here, and I'll pick maybe a color like this. It's not as bright, but it is still pretty close to this left side over here. And so that's the color I would probably use instead for that orange. Now yellow is very different. I always use a lot lighter of yellows, and I do use them more on the orange side. So I would probably go similar to the orange, but maybe even higher up for the yellow, or I generally try to stay away from this area because it's really not that good of a color. So be wary of that when shading, not to just darken the color to black. You need to change the color up here when you're doing that all. So something yellow, I would do something like that probably. And so this green, this is kind of a very lime green. I would not use this color. It is very horrendous to me. So probably something more gray and a little darker like this would be something I would use instead. And this green over here, okay, I can just tell right away this is meant to be the dark green. I would just go over here, something like this. This is a good kind of forest green color. And this light blue, it is very, very bright. With light blue, generally, a lot of this is very light. You can see like everything from here upwards is very light, so you have like a lot of light options for light blue. And this is kind of more teal, so if you wanted to make it more teal, it would be darker. But if you just want to keep it like looking more blue, it would be lighter, definitely. So I'm gonna go somewhere over here for light blue, like right there. That is very good. See, like that. And now this is dark blue, and dark blue I would keep like, I think of this like kind of the jeans color. I probably wouldn't do it this close to the purple, but I would go over here, like going like that, I guess, and making it kind of more just softer. These colors aren't as harsh. And same thing over here, I would just go like kind of up and see what works good for more of a lavender than such a harsh purple. And for the pink, I would go light, because pink is like a lighter color usually, unless you wanted like dark pink. So these are like the colors I would pretty much use. And so what I'm going to do for these is I am going to pick 4 more colors of this that would create like all the different colors that you would generally need for shading. So first we have this color, and this is a pretty good color. So there, I lined it all out. So if this is the middle color, we want to darken it, and we want to move it to the left a little bit, just a little bit, and move it like, just like that. Just tiny bit to the left and everything. And if we want to darken it again, we want to move it ever so slightly to the left too. So it is very varied. And we might want to move it to the right and make it a little more orange for going lighter, and same thing again, a little more orange. And that's generally what I do to pick my color palettes, is I move it all around in the spectrum of this little thing of red. I move it all around in here and mess with it a bunch. So with orange, here's orange, and we drag it all the way out there. So say this is the middle color, we want to darken it and move it more towards red. Orange goes towards red. Everything generally to make it darker, except for probably like over here. Over here you would not move green into yellow. That's the only exception. You want to move it to the left, or like what is that? Counterclockwise. You want to move it counterclockwise to generally make it darker, except for over here and like over here. Like those 2 spots are different. So yeah, we have that for orange right there. Then we want to darken it again and move it over more to red. So you can see it's generally pretty easy. I'm going to do the same thing I did for the red. Lighten it, move it more towards over yellow for a lighter color, and do that again. So you can see it gives you like a really, really nice and rich color palette that looks like super professional and super nice. So with yellows, I find it is really hard to shade with like light yellow and light pink and stuff. So this color would probably end up being the second darkest on my thing. So I would just lighten it once and leave it where it is. And is it going? Okay, there. And I would put that there. And I would pick this color again, and I would darken it and move it ever so slightly into the orange. Just a tiny bit, and I'm gonna keep doing that, just moving it one tiny click into the orange like that, and shading the entire thing like that. Okay. Alright, and so for the green, I'm going to, again, drag out all the colors, and here we go again. So first, darken the color, and then I'm going to move it more down over here towards the blue. Yeah, more down over there towards the blue. Sometimes I forget what I'm talking about. I'm not reading off a script, so this is all kind of just me going with it, you know. And I'm gonna move it down again a little bit to go like that. And so picking our middle color, moving it up, and the lightning and everything, and lightning and moving it up, and there, and if it'll click, and there we go. And now same thing for our dark green. So I'm gonna darken it, and we're going to move it up there. All right. If you want it to go more into the blue shading, like if you want to shade with colder colors, I generally try to keep my colors warmer. Then like you will want to definitely try to go more blue, like more towards the blue or more towards the purple and everything in those cooler generally colors. And I don't know if I already did that. I might have. Oh, I might have already done that one. So let me just redo that. No, it looks the same. Okay. So, and then lighten it, and then lighten it, and lighten it, and lighten it. And there. And same thing for the light blue. We're going to go again. So this is another really light color, so I am only going to lighten it once, and that will be, well, if it'll place, that'll be the lightest color, and then base color will be the second lightest color because it is, like, again, pretty light. So I don't like it when it doesn't place. And we're gonna keep on going over here. And our last one is there. And you can see it really gives you like some great colors. Actually, this blue, I'm going to change there. I'm gonna change it to, I'll change it to that. There. That's a good blue. So I'll darken it once and move the color deeper into the blue a tiny bit, and that'll be that, and darken it again and move it into the blue a tiny bit. And this seems very complicated for everything, so you probably don't have to do this wide color scale on everything for everything. If you are only going to say use 3 shades of it, only do the 3 shade thing, you know? And if it like seems like, oh, that's like so much work just doing whatever, I mean, you don't have to do it exactly like this, of course. And yeah, like every color is a little varied, and you definitely need like your own sense of like how you perceive the colors yourself is like how it's gonna definitely stand out and make it your own. So now we're on our last color, pink. This is another really light one. So again, I'm just going to lighten it only once and then use the other darks. Oh, I moved that one the wrong way. Anyway, and use the other darks over here. So there we have it. That is all of the colors, and everything looks really nice. It looks a lot better than our original base, like ugly colors, and these ones are all super nice and shaded, and they all look really great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this like quick little bunch of tips about color picking, and I hope you guys put it to good use in your own Minecraft skins. So I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!